My name is Nick. I have been a member of the University Players since 2012 now. I came here as an Erasmus student at the time. I did the cliche, I arrived here, I dropped off my things in the hotel. I was living out of a backpack at the time. Went to the Reeperbahn, got spectacularly drunk, and the next day I needed to think what I was going to do for the next 6 months. And so this sort of nervous-looking, blue-eyed blonde German girl stuck this yellow piece of paper in my hand that looked a little bit like a doctor's note, and actually it said, "Come to the auditions for Hamlet."
I'm from the United States. I grew up in Maine. Now I live here. I studied abroad here in college, and as I was learning German, like, it was okay, but I was still kind of looking for some sort of fun thing to do. And as I'd always done theater as a kid, I saw that there was this English-speaking theater group at the university. This was now 8 years ago, and I joined. But it was also really special for me to have a way to express myself, to become a different person already in a different country when I was already changing so much and learning so much about myself. And to be part of this open, welcoming, silly group of people was really, I don't know, some sort of deal breaker for me in my study abroad experience. So I did that for 2 semesters and knew at the end of my time that I wanted to come back. So applied for a scholarship and came back to Hamburg as soon as possible, and have been kind of hanging out with the UPs ever since.
My first play with the UPs was Midsummer Night's Dream by William Shakespeare. And it was a really great way to get to know people in Hamburg because I had actually just moved here. I actually moved back to Hamburg for the UPs, essentially, because it was just such an awesome community that I really wanted to be a part of.
You always have kind of a core group of people that are there, have been there for years. Sometimes they drift out a bit and then come back, and then there are always new people. And so you have this mix of already existing community that is always kind of growing and kind of, I don't know, undulating like a, I don't know, sea creature of community.
It really is a really inclusive, welcoming, and friendly kind of environment. And even though I do speak German, I think it's really nice to have that creative outlet in my mother tongue. And it's also very cool as a way of, as a foreign German speaker, to kind of interact in an English environment with Germans, because then they're almost out of context. It's almost like the reverse syndrome of you being in a foreign country. But at the same time, we do communicate sometimes a lot of it in German, and that even helps my German sometimes. So that's always kind of a plus.
I mean, the thing about speaking a second language, or whatever number language you have from your background, is that you are able to kind of explore another side of yourself through another language. You're able to explore humility, and maybe if you're not very strong in that language yet, you can say, okay, I'm just going to be brave, I'm going to say things, I'm going to make mistakes, and that's okay. We all do that. You can really share that experience together, and that experience of people whose native languages aren't English, who are trying out theater in English, and then maybe the native speakers who are here trying out German. I mean, we're all on the same level, and that also then helps to bring you closer because you have that shared experience.
Acting is a very small part of being in a theatre production. Doing theatre is a journey, and it's a journey that you take with this ragtag band of people that you've never met before and that you grow close to, and through thick and thin. It can be an extremely stressful experience, and it can be an exploration of yourself, of how well you work in a team, how much you bring to a group, and how much a group can bring to you.
Having to go through this experience, this whole creative process of creating a play, whether it's acting on the stage or working with the director or doing all of the backstage stuff, building everything, it's one, so much work, and two, so exciting. And at the end, you have all of these shows where you can really say, ta-da, this is what we did together. We created this thing. Look at what we did.
Creating a makeup concept, designing costumes, moving parts part of the stage around, even selling drinks. I mean, you're part of this little family, and it's or this big family, rather.
You know, I have this thing that I tell actually a lot of friends: don't hang out with anyone that underwhelms you, and that is never the case when I hang out with the UPs.
So definitely come to audition. It's so much fun.